Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. The political chemistry between Martha Karua and President Uhuru Kenyatta is something that has been very difficult for political pundits in this country to unravel. And this is because Martha Karua, she's touted as someone who is very tough and in government. And remember, Raila Odinga's competitors had projected him to Kenyans as someone who was being pushed by President Uhuru Kenyatta. So to some quarters, both Uhuru and Martha Karua will be working for President Uhuru Kenyatta. But this is neither here nor there. And when she was picked as the running mate, of course, the question that was dominant is whether the women constituency is going to embrace her. Number two is whether Martha Karua was going to tilt Mount Kenya base towards Azimio la Umoja. However, that question will be answered on August 9th. But Deputy President William Ruto is getting stranded day by day by the solo successful campaigns that Martha Karua has been doing in Mount Kenya. And recently I was talking to someone the day Martha Karua received a very overwhelming welcome in William Ruto's home in Uasin Gishu. Now, this was raising eyebrows because that is a place that William Ruto comes from, and Martha Karua has been receiving that overwhelming welcome. She had just been out from the Mount Kenya tour, which had been very successful. But something critical is happening in politics, guys. That Martha Karua is emerging as a strong woman, and Martha effect is real. Kindly subscribe to our channel, and in this video we are going to delve deep into the politics of Mount Kenya and how it's becoming also very complicated for Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. Now guys, some time back there was a tweet by Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi, and she was saying something. A systemic shift in power balance between Honorable Raila and his running mate Honorable Karua is now all too obvious to ignore. The script written by Office of the President is to relegate Honorable Raila to the periphery and in some instances hide him completely while allowing Martha Karua to take center stage. That one, this lawyer shared. Actually, he's a very strong supporter of Deputy President William Ruto. So I wanted to read that and just keep it because we are going to revisit that argument hapa mbele in this analysis. Today's Nubeni rally in Kiambu then was a perfect opportunity that Deputy President then had to take Martha Karua head on. And remember, I analyzed that when Martha Karua had a rally in Makueni, and she was talking about insubordination. Always wait for your turn. Even if you guys are in power, there is only one person in power at a time. And that has been her line of attack, number one. Number two, she's been asking Deputy President on the issue of corruption. And remember, part of what she brings in the ticket is the integrity card. And she's been using that integrity card to ask questions to Kenya Kwanza. So I think when they were attending Mtumba, meeting with the Mtumba operator somewhere in Kiambu, in Thika, she addressed Deputy President directly.
Ukiona hii team, wengi wetu hatucheki na hatuchezi masaa ya kazi. Kwa hivyo akisema ni kupambana na ufisadi, hiyo tutafanya. Na tuna ujumbe moja tu kwa wapisani wetu. Kupambana na ufisadi si kupambana na wewe. Hakuna mama amebatiza mtoto wake ufisadi. Ufisadi ni wewe unachagua. Sheria itakuwa sawa kwako, kwa mtoto wangu, kwa dada yangu, kwa mpinzani, kwa kila Mkenya sheria ni moja. Hiyo ndio serikali ya baba. Iko wale wanafikiria siasa ni propaganda peke yake, na wakikosa mambo ya kuambia wananchi, ile wanatoa ni propaganda. Sasa madaktari wa siasa si ndio nyinyi na mko hapa?
So this has been the two lines that Martha Karua has just been saying. She's saying, number one, I am the deputy president, so I'm not going to subordinate my boss. And remember when I analyzed here and said that when Raila is in an event, Martha Karua will speak shortly and then invite Raila Odinga. She'll not take all the show. Secondly, she talked about corruption, that because she's there, hakuna mchezo, wakati wa kazi hakuna mchezo. But then deputy president has run out of ideas to tackle Martha Karua, while it has become necessary to face her head on, because she's the person that is deemed to be tilting the Mount Kenya away from what Ruto perceived as his support base. So today I just checked two. One, when Alfred Mutua spoke in Dumberi, and he said at some point that Martha Karua hakupatana na Uhuru when Uhuru was picked as Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister? Yes, Deputy Prime Minister.
Huyu jamaa kitendawili amesumbua Kenya wakati wa Moi, amesumbua Kibaki, na hata pia amesumbua Uhuru Kenyatta. Walikuja hata kule Machakos kunisumbua akisema nasa nikawanasa. Kwa sababu walikuwa nafikiri kwa sababu nimesimama na Uhuru na Ruto. Unajua anajifanya sasa ni marafiki. Mimi nilikuwa kwa serikali, hao ndio walipeleka majina ya Ruto na Uhuru Kenyatta kule kwa ICC wakitaka kuweka ndani. Sasa wanajifanya ni marafiki. Vile vile huyu Martha Karua, wakati Uhuru Kenyatta aliteuliwa kama Deputy Prime Minister, alifura, akakasirika. Kwa mwaka mmoja alikataa kumsalimia Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta na mkono. Sasa wanajifanya ni marafiki. Wao ni hypocrites.
So guys, that is Alfred Mutua. Now, one thing you will always know is politicians, before they go to a rally, before they go there is normally a debrief. There is a meeting session they organize. They say, leo wewe ongelea hii, kesho wewe utaongelea hii, wewe utaongelea hii. So it was a choreographed a plan to make sure that they go after Martha Karua, and it was to be started by Alfred Mutua. Alfred Mutua was government spokesman during that Grand Coalition government, and so he would be in a position to address what he was talking about. But then when Deputy President also picked the microphone, he decided to go after Martha Karua, because Martha Karua was simply asking him that unafaa uheshimu rais, and it was not like what Martha Karua was saying is that if you're a deputy president, you're a deputy president. But then it seems what is happening is there is a choreographed plan to create a rift between Martha Karua and President Uhuru Kenyatta. Because if that rift is created, perhaps that is going to deflate what is seen as Martha Karua's influence. So guys, just get a bit from Deputy President.
Shimu Rais Uhuru Kenyatta. Mimi nataka niulize bwana kitendawili na Martha Karua. Nyinyi mulikuwa wapi wakati sisi tulimpigia kura Uhuru Kenyatta? Mulikuwa wapi? Wacha utapeli. Munajifanya saa hizi ati mnapenda Uhuru Kenyatta. Siku ile Uhuru Kenyatta alikuwa anahitaji watu wa kusimama na yeye na kumpigia kura. Nyinyi mulimpinga, nyinyi mulimuanzishia kesi, mulikuwa mnamtaka kumpeleka Hague. Saa hii mnajifanya ati nyinyi ni marafiki wa Uhuru Kenyatta. Shame on you. Bure kabisa. Kweli ama si kweli?
I'm telling you. So that is it. What you can see here is these people, they want to attack Martha Karua, but it has become so difficult. So the only way ni to create the rift and try to associate now, smear and say that, you know what, there is a perception in Mount Kenya that they don't like President Uhuru Kenyatta, and so if you associate anyone with President Uhuru Kenyatta, automatically that person will be a bad person, and that's why they want to smear Martha Karua with President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. However, I am telling you, I want to look at it deeply. why this is their new strategy. Very interesting. And then it is at this point that we are going then to refer to that tweet that I shared with you. Now, cleverly, what President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila did was to catch William Ruto off guard. Now, that tweet was talking about a systematic change of power, where in Mount Kenya, Martha Karua is being put in the front line. And to a Mount Kenya voter, for people staying in the Mount Kenya counties, there is a perception and there is a feeling they can see that they're not even voting for Raila Odinga, they're voting for Martha Karua. Remember, she's been doing, and that was the strategy of her to have many campaign rallies in Mount Kenya, typically herself with a host of Mount Kenya leaders. Raila only goes once a while, then they split, they merge, they split. That a strategy, I can tell you categorically, has worked. And that is why the William Ruto's blogger turned lawyer, I think he's a lawyer but he's also a Ruto's blogger, was saying that deliberately it is been coined so that to push Raila to the periphery. The truth of the matter here is this, there is no way Martha Karua can dilute the influence of Raila Odinga whatsoever. It's not realistic. Raila has been here for quite some time. So that strategy of putting Martha Karua in the front is number one. That is what has made the women constituency to coalesce around her. Number two, she has got traction all over the country. I can say this. After her being picked as a running mate, if she would just be doing the usual campaigns with Raila Odinga, she could not have established the Martha Karua niche. And that special niche has been a cutting edge on Deputy President's voting chunk in Mount Kenya. But then this is a strategy that will also see Martha Karua being neutralized. Now, if you link Martha Karua with President Uhuru Kenyatta, in the strategist of Kenya Kwanza, that is going to neutralize her influence. And I think I mentioned here that the people that they have been told that President Uhuru Kenyatta anatesa watu, asijui amefanya nini, amengusha kampuni za watu, that president has done all sorts of things. All those undoings in Mount Kenya since independence, they have been put in the head of deputy president. Now, unfortunately, that propaganda is very powerful. I was in Murang'a and I had a lot of informal talks, and I can tell you people that sometimes if you want to know what's happening, then just put the camera down and just talk to people. Just talk to people, really understand what people are going through, and people don't want to say. In fact, someone was telling me, akiona Uhuru huwa anazima TV yake. Then I was asking him, so ukiona Uhuru unazima TV, but see after Uhuru Martha Karua anakuja, then he's telling me I watch Inoro because watanionyesha hapo Martha Karua, mimi nataka kuona Martha Karua. That is what has happened. So Deputy President is becoming, Martha Karua is putting her in a very uncomfortable situation to answer the question of corruption. Remember, I said that the line of attack of Martha Karua is respect the president. Number two, corruption. So he doesn't want to face that, because what I would expect is, and of course in propaganda, that is a strategy that yesterday I was talking about deception. You deception by diversion. You're telling just lies for the sake of lying, to kufunika the truth. He wants to divert the attention from the corruption narrative that Martha Karua is leveling on him. That is a straight, and that is why he has now to look at 2012, what happened, who have been supporting Uhuru Kenyatta, and I'm not a person who doesn't appreciate that narrative of supporting Uhuru Kenyatta, because for once, he supported Uhuru Kenyatta, yes, but he was also a sitting deputy president, honestly. Why is it that only government was belonging to President Uhuru Kenyatta? So I think people who are working on that campaign messaging, honestly, they are not doing him a very good service. Now, Uhuru is using Martha Karua to reach disgruntled KK leaders. And this is why Deputy President then must make sure that you poke holes on Martha Karua. You never know that in the light of what is happening in Kiambu, In the next few days, Moses Kuria and William Kabogo will come out and say Martha Karua tosha, or Mwangi Kiunjuri, because I can confirm that he held a meeting with Martha Karua. Categorically, I can confirm that. That he had such a meeting, even though the photo that was shared was not the photo, but there was that meeting. So the deputy president is seeing Martha Karua as a bridge, and I think I had mentioned here that Uhuru is using Martha Karua as a bridge to reconcile with other leaders from Mount Kenya, and those reconciliation efforts then is toning down the harshness, and that is why they now must find an opportunity to attack Martha Wangari Karua. But why? Very importantly, the initial strategy was to use the Women League of UDA. The people who will attack Martha Karua, women who will attack Martha Karua, one will be Anne Waiguru. She has to desist from that, and blatantly, I think she has refused, and I might understand, maybe that's why she's not so much active into the mainstream campaigns. Susan Kihika is vying for a governor seat in Nakuru. She needs the women constituency. She's very uncomfortable attacking Martha Karua, and the only person that has remained there to do it is one, Alice Wahome, who I don't appreciate why, and Susan, is it Sholei from Uasin Gishu, who doesn't have any other influence outside the area that she comes from. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think in the light of this, Deputy President is in this desperate attempt to create a rift between President Uhuru and Martha Wangari Karua. And that's my bold analysis.